this is the culminating moment.
Kids like to compete. This is definitely competition. There's winners and there's losers, and that's okay. Competition does work, and I don't think a Catholic school should ever have to apologize for seeking excellence through competition, and especially, I might add, excellence in communication skills.
As soon as I got a taste of what this was about, I just never let go. Most people hear speech and debate and they just think about what they saw in a movie or a TV show, and they just think about people debating a topic. But it's competitive acting on the speech side. There's a huge world that nobody knows about.
I describe it almost like a track meet. So I see how there's two different sides of speech. There's speech and debate, and kind of how in track there's track and field. So you can be arguing about international politics while someone in a few rooms down can be acting out a monologue from Oppenheimer. No matter what you're interested in, you can find something in speech and debate.
I personally give a speech by Chris Herron. It's about drug abuse and making sure you can stay off that path. So it's a very impactful speech. It's something that he wrote. He actually gave it here at this school. I saw how impactful that speech was, and not everybody has Chris Herron come to their school. So I thought being able to pass on that story and that speech is something that's very important to me.
I would give anything to go back to 1993.
I'm sorry, I don't believe you. I'm not seeing your pain. I would give anything. I want to see your pain. On this team, we always say, let the words be your coach. When kids ask me, should I go fast or should I go slow? How do I react to this situation? I'm saying, look at the text. Look at the text. If the text says that so-and-so shrieked in joy, don't simply inform me, so-and-so shrieked with joy. The narrator has to enter into the whole thing.
And just pay attention.
You don't frighten me. You don't frighten me. Does that make you sad that you don't frighten me?
Devastated.
Good. Act devastated.
There's often adjectives or verbs that kind of stand out, these action words, as brother likes to call them. And then he cried his heart out, or whatever, it's, you cry your heart out, right? You really live what the piece says. And that's the difference between just reciting a speech versus what forensics actually is.
It's really hands-on. Most of the time when you're gathering a piece, it's not going to be a perfectly 10-minute cut, because that just doesn't happen in any kind of literature. And that's challenging, but it's also kind of the charm of speech and debate, right? Getting in there, getting hands-on, and kind of cutting it down to fit you. And I think that really reflects CM's education as a whole.
I remember stuttering ever since I could talk, and it's been hard, it's been hard. But speech has definitely helped me to enunciate my words a lot better, slow down, think about the stuff you're gonna say before you even say it.
Speech and debate is massive for confidence. It's super practical. When I grow up, if I choose a leadership role and I have to, give a speech in front of a board of directors, the practice with declamation is gonna be the thing that really helps me out with that.
Imagine the learning that happens. Imagine the camaraderie. Imagine the ability to work with another person in order to do something greater than yourself. All these things come because people are trying their hardest to win.
It feels like you proved to yourself that you can do so much more than you originally thought. It's a very powerful feeling.
My first tournament win was probably one of the greatest feelings of my life. Actually, I didn't even win, I just came in third place, but walking away with that trophy for the first time, I felt that sense of self-gratification, and then also all that support from my family and team members was a sense of accomplishment that I don't think that I'd gotten from winning a sports game or even winning a sports championship. It was a sense that my individual efforts was something that went a really long way, and I had something to show for that, a trophy.
Going beyond the wins and the losses that we have year after year, what really marks each year for me in speech is the leadership of the captains.
We have been blessed by good student leaders who have passed on the skill and who really like to have acolytes and disciples.
I think there's upwards to 30 or more alumni who've been in contact, coached, or judged at our tournaments. These are my captains, people who were national finalists, national champions of previous years, people who live in California who get on Zoom calls. These are people who are in the military. These are people who are in grad school and law school, undergrad, who have incredibly busy lives or just an adult working schedule. And they are coming back nights and coaching our kids.
The passion that the kids put into it today to actually work and do their research and watch film from final rounds. That's part of why this team is so much better, because they actually try to be at the top.
We lost Mardi Gras very decisively. As you can see, Shrewsbury's been creeping up in OO, poetry, prose, and radio. All the guys who are in those categories have to step up because you guys aren't showing up like we showed up last year. We're going to be sitting in the back left in our own gym under our own banners.
This year could possibly be our first 5-peat as a team. First time in MSCO history that this could ever be done. That's what we're chasing this Saturday.
If you're competing in Massachusetts, it's not easy. So for a lot of these younger guys that have even made it to states, it's definitely a big deal. Now it's, can you find the gold? Can you find success? Can you be a state champion your first year?
Good morning.
You feeling pumped?
I'm very pumped.
State finals is always unpredictable.
We want this win. We want to continue the streak. We don't want to be the guys that have dropped it. I think sometimes they can get a little bit lost in the fact that, you know, CM can be anybody, CM can do anything. And
You never know.
yeah.
Blood on my face.
We cannot be the guys who fumble the 5-peat, all right? This is it. This is how we cement the CM dynasty of speech.
This is the culminating moment.
It was just so competitive. You have all these girls, all these guys competing like their life depended on it.
When you're in a round and you're actually competing, it's you versus them. And you have to, put up a good fight.
There's a different caliber of student at some of these forensics conferences. The people there are definitely very smart, very witty, and you kind of know for a fact that you are in the room with some of the future leaders of this nation.
There's people on the Supreme Court right now who did extemp and public forum debate. So the tools that you can learn from speech and debate are transferable to the real world, without a doubt.
You're bringing the academic world into the world of competition, and you're using your mind to try and beat other people. But it's always nerve-wracking when you get to those final two competitors.
In second place,
But then once you hear that second place isn't your name,
Shrewsbury High School.
It is electric.
And our state champions for the 2023-2024 school year with 287 points, Catholic Memorial.
That team effort that we've been working all year for just ignited in that moment.
There's just this palpable energy, and the entire Massachusetts Speech and Debate League knows CM for being loud, victorious, and just kind of bringing that energy that I think all CM teams bring to their competitions.
It's really this big looming figure here almost at CM. That speech and debate is this powerful program, and everybody knows that we're pretty much the best at what we do.
There was so many kids who I was so unbelievably proud of. I think the future is incredibly bright for these guys, and they're going to be phenomenal leaders.
Next year, I'm going to be the one leading the state championship charge, and senior year when I'm a captain, that's my role to continue that dynasty.
it's not just a bunch of kids who go in their separate categories and then don't talk for the rest of the day. It's a bunch of friends coming together and competing together to win as a team for the team, not themselves. And that is what makes our team so special.
And being the state champion is really something that everyone celebrates.
And the rest is, as they say, history.
The class of 2024 will go down as one of the most proficient classes I've ever had.
And I can debate a topic, and I can get in front of whoever it may be and speak about something. And that's a truly invaluable gift that I know I'll use for the rest of my life.